All right. So back to where we were. Now, from this defined retention settings, right? Retention period. It says when items reaches the following age in days.
Mm.
Okay, so this is the time period now you are setting.
Mm.
Okay, so what time period are we going to use for this our example?
Let's use 6 months. I don't know.
So 6 months will translate into how many days?
It depends on if the days are 30. 180 days.
Okay, so 180 days. So we're going to put 180 days here. You agree with me, right?
I think there's a lag. Okay, I can say yes.
Do you agree with me on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now, he said when item reaches the following age, 180 days, which action? Should it delete and allow recovery? Should it permanently delete? Should it move items to archive? Which option do you think is the best?
Move to archive. I think that's the goal that we're trying to achieve.
Excellent. So we move to archive. We click on next and it gives us review tag and finish. You see how straightforward it is. There's no
Mm-hmm.
plenty English inside. Straightforward. So I submit. It takes a minute. Complete organization setup to complete these tags. Yes. Submit. Okay, I have, so you said to complete these tasks, we'll need to complete the setup process for your organization. Would you like to do it now? No, just finish that. Okay.
No, what does the setup process involve? I don't know.
There's no retention policy for the organization. This is just a test tenant.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay.
Sorry, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
With regards to, since we know we selected the entire mailbox, there are some users that
Okay.
might say, oh, they want to still, let's say users like in account, they want to still have
Okay.
access to mails from last year, and the mailbox is, sorry, those mails will be archived. And is it possible, like, how do I put it? The I'm trying to frame the question well. Let's say they want to
I,
have
I
access to
think
like,
I
oh,
understand.
20, okay.
Think I understand. They still want to see previous
Yes.
emails, older emails. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we are moving to archive and we are not deleting. Remember, I said we are moving to archive. For archive, you
Yeah.
still be able to see it, right? You still be
Mm-hmm.
able to see the emails. You can search the emails and you can do all of that. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
cancel this.
Does the
So let's
sorry, does the archive also have like, is it storage limitations, or also like the amount of years it can stay in archive?
oh, your mails can stay in archive forever and ever and ever,
Okay.
depending on when you choose to delete them.
Can the user himself get those mails from the archive, or they need to contact
Yes,
the IT
they
team?
don't. No, they don't need to contact anybody. They can search directly on that same mailbox.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, excuse me, Mr.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead with your question.
well, that okay, in archive and it gets deleted. Maybe somebody mistakenly delete the mail that you see in archive. Is there any way it can be recovered?
Okay. So, first of all, you cannot mistakenly delete emails. If the emails are mistakenly deleted, the emails will move to recoverable items folder, right? So the emails, there's a duration of time. I'm not quite sure anymore. I think it's about 30 days or so
Yeah,
if
it's 30
emails are
days.
deleted. Yeah. However, if you have an organizational wide hold, what that does is that it will stop anybody from deleting any email, right? Even if you delete an email, it will not leave the mailbox completely. So what most organization does is there's an organizational wide hold that is set up to stop everybody from deleting. So no matter what you delete, yes, you will not see it again, but you as the admin can still find it out. We'll still get to that part on how to do that. Okay. So the ideal thing, the recommended action is to have that configured in your organization.
All right, thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So back to what we're saying. We're looking for archive. Now here we are. We have personal 1 year archive. So we've seen how to do the tags, right? Now from the tags, we'll now move over to the retention policy. Please, if you have any questions, you can just unmute and ask. I'm not seeing the team's call, so I might not be able to see if you're raising your hands. All right, so from here, I will do a new policy, right? Sorry, who was the lady that was speaking the other time that we created a tag with?
Tolu, myself.
All right, great. So can we still proceed?
All right.
Okay. So you can just read and, tell us what you feel is the next step. Then we'll see if it's the next step together.
So it's saying configure your policy, name your policy, and choose the tags you want to include in this policy. Users assigned to this policy will see these tags applied to their mailbox folders or items. You can add or remove retention tags from a retention policy at any time. So I think since our main goal is to archive the
so we should name it archive, right?
Yes, maybe the archive policy.
So we name it archive policy. Then we add a tag. Now, do you see where the tag is important? That tag is the action. So we have to choose the exact tag. Now, just because you named your tag archive does not mean that it will be archival. If you can name it archive,
test.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying the policy. Okay. If you name the policy archive and you go and choose delete, it will delete though. It will not move to archive. So let's not mix it up. Is that time when we are selecting after 180 day exactly. Those are the important steps. So try not to confuse yourself by maybe you want to delete, you are not naming it archive, all those unnecessary things. It will just make life more difficult. All right, so we'll add 1 year move to archive, then we click to next and submit.
Sorry, this would the tags that you added, is it the one we created?
No, remember we are not able to create it because I mentioned that we don't have. Yeah, so the same thing would apply here. We will not be able to do this because this will not let you do if you don't have the one covering the organization. And what I'm using is just a test tenant. So it will not be able to have the one for the organization, right? So this is it. So you review the policy and you finish. You just apply the tag, review the policy, and you finish. Click on submit and you're done. Give it like 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I was able to create the tag. Then I'm actually following. So I now click tag, add tag. So I saw the tag I created earlier. And
yes.
It wrote tester. So I should click on it, right?
Yes, please. Click on the tag. But ensure that your naming is the same thing. If you are deleting, the tag should be called, the policy should be deleting. If you are archiving, the policy should be archived. Do you get the point? You're with us, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we are moving on. After you've done this last part I just mentioned, now click on new policy, you add the name. You said our name is archive. We click on this and we select the tag. Then we click on add, next, you review, and you click on submit. So after I click on submit, you are not supposed to get this error. I'm getting this error because I am on a test tenant and a test environment that's not been configured properly. Okay.
So your policy is created.
Ooh. Excellent. So after your policy is now created, we'll go back to the Exchange Admin Center. Remember, our user will come down to retention policy. But if you have your Exchange Admin Center open before you started creating the policies, it's always best to just refresh.
Yeah.
Just refresh and give it 2 minutes or 3 minutes to, put its brain in order. So once you have done that, you click on the user and it pops up. You go to mailbox, you come down to manage mailbox retention policy.
Okay.
Now you go to retention policies. You should see that policy you created here. right? Sorry, who was the lady that spoke earlier that said she was
Lovina.
following? I didn't get the name.
Lovina.
Okay, Lovina, did you see your policy when you went to exchange?
There,
We can't hear you. If you can hear us, Lovina.
I'm there. I'm trying to.
Can you see the policy under your retention policies?
Where will I see it?
Okay, let's take it again. Go to Exchange Admin Center. Are you in Exchange Admin Center?
Yes.
Now, under mailboxes, search for the user you want to assign that policy to. In our own case, that user is Smith. Okay. So after you've clicked on user, you now go to mailbox. Come down here, you click on mailbox. Are you with us?
Mailbox.
Yeah, click on mailbox. Then you come down to manage mailbox policies, which is under retention policies. Are you there?
Manage
Mailbox policies. Can you see my screen?
manage. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, great. Now, under retention policies, you click on it. You should see the retention policy you created in the drop down. Can you see it there?
What I'm seeing is this same thing you are showing here. Okay. You're saying no.
Remember, I said you should refresh. If you had it open previously, you have to refresh. You have to refresh and give it just 1 minute, 2 minutes. It comes up all fairly easily. So you have to refresh. Okay, so once that is done, you assign it, the policy you created, and you click on save. All right. After clicking on save, you have two options. Option number one, you can give it time. It will be moving gently on its own. Option number two, you can use PowerShell to run a command. Let me show us that command. 1 minute. In this class, have we been able to sign into PowerShell previously?
Yes. It was hard.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm going to drop the command in the chat and okay, so that's the command. You connect to PowerShell. You know how to connect PowerShell. You know, right click, start as admin, connect Exchange Online, sign in, username and password. And once that is done, you edit this PowerShell I dropped. That place where you're seeing user email, you put in the email of the user you have chosen to enable archive for, right? Then you now go ahead to run the command. So what it will do is it will automatically start processing that retention policy you have enabled. So the retention policy starts, it won't wait. Normally, it will wait until the next sync runs. But once you do the start manage folder, it will start running by itself. It will just start running. So if maybe you are under pressure to quickly move it, just keep running the start manage folder as many times as possible. And before 30 minutes or thereabout, you would see very significant difference in the mailbox status, right? Now, there's one more thing I think I should point out before. Just a minute.
I've done it.
Oh, you can see it now, right? That's great. That's very great. Now, when the archive is enabled, right? That archive is usually 100 gig, right? So, which means that the archive itself can get full also. So, to avoid the archive from getting full like instantly, we can enable what is known as auto expanding archive, right? Let me show us this.
Can you come again and explain?
Yes. Can you see my screen? Let's start from there. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I said if you enable an archive, the archive you enabled is always an extra 100 gigabytes of space that is given, right? It means that 100 gigabyte can also be exceeded. It can be exhausted the same way the regular mailbox space was exceeded. Do we all agree with that?
Yes, yes, yes.
So to mitigate against that, to stop that from happening quickly, we would enable what's known as the auto expanding archive, right? So the auto expanding archive is making sure that the archive will keep expanding on its own automatically, right? Until it gets to 1.5 terabytes. That's when it will stop. So the message on that mailbox has to get to 1.5 terabytes before the auto expanding archive would no longer be able to carry it.
Yes.
Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Okay. 1 minute. Is that Lovina or Tolu? I think it's Lovina. Lovina, are you able to help us read what we have on our screen here? The auto expanding archive.
Yeah.
Yes, just this, the highlighted here.
The middle one, enable
Yes.
auto.
No, this, yeah, what I am highlighted on my screen.
Well, I'm not seeing what you highlighted.
Okay, I guess it's not rendering at your end. So I highlighted enable auto expanding archive.
Okay, is it you can use the exchange? Is it the place?
Yes, go ahead.
You can use the Exchange Online Auto Expanding Archive features to enable additional storage space for archive mailbox. When Auto Expanding Archiving is turned on, additional storage space is automatically added to a user's archive mailbox until it reaches the storage limit of 1.5 terabytes. You can turn on auto expanding archiving for everyone in your organization or just for a specific user. For more information about auto, then
Okay, so obviously if you want to learn more about auto expanding archive, you can just click on that so that you'll be able to see the auto expanding archive. Okay, so any confusion, you don't understand, I moved too fast, you want me to explain, re-explain before we go into the auto expanding archive? Okay, so I'll take the silence as we are on the same page. So to enable the auto expanding archive, it's very simple, straightforward. You just use the PowerShell. You run the PowerShell to set set organizational config. I'll drop this on the chat. I'll actually share the.
I actually don't know how to do PowerShell.
It's actually straightforward. Before we end the class, I will show us how to do it. It's straightforward. Your computer, right? I'm not able to hear you.
Yes.
Okay, please search for PowerShell. When you find the PowerShell, don't click on it. Right click and run as admin. Do you understand that part? Right click and run as admin.
Is it the PowerShell? Is it on Microsoft 365?
No, on your laptop. You know how to get to the start menu on your laptop. You know what's referred to as start menu, right?
Yes.
Okay. On the start menu, search for PowerShell. You will see it there. So once you find it, right click and run as admin. So I just dropped, this is to set configuration for auto expanding archive. That's for everyone in the organization. Then if you want to enable it for just one mailbox, you use the second command, right? Then I'm also dropping this document on our Teams chat. I'm dropping these documents on our Teams chat so that if we want to take further looks at this.
Okay, I'm there.
Have you right click and opened as admin?
Yes.
Okay.
Under PowerShell.
Okay, so I'm going to drop a command on the chat for you. Just give me a minute. Just give me one quick minute. I'm trying to, I dropped the 3 documents which we need on enabling archive, setting up MRM and auto expanding archive. 3 of them I dropped on the WhatsApp group. Okay. Now, you can see the Teams chat, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. Teams chat, I have a command which says connect-exchange online. Are you able to see it, Lovina?
I clicked on is it okay? The enable auto expanding or the enable archive mailbox?
No, there's the last one I just dropped. It says connect-exchange online. I sent it on Teams, on the Teams chat of this call we are having, this Teams meeting.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's on what?
It's on WhatsApp, right?
I sent on the Teams call. I just pasted the command on WhatsApp now. I just pasted the command on WhatsApp. Please check.
Teams function. Okay. I've seen my WhatsApp.
Have you seen the connect-exchange online on WhatsApp? Lovina, are you with us?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Now copy and paste. So if you run that correctly, you should see an option that will be telling you to sign in, username and password. Okay. What is the progress?
Can continue. I didn't run it correctly. It's giving me red.
Are you willing to share your screen so that we can see?
My screen camera is not good, so I can't share.
I didn't get that.
I won't be able to share because of my distant laptop camera.
No, you don't need your laptop camera to share. You just need to share your screen, not show your camera. Okay, but that's fine. So try running it again.
Just don't worry, continue.
All right. So if you are able to do that correctly, you should be able to sign in. And then you can run the commands that I pasted. So basically, in today's class, we've been able to speak about how to set up archive from the Exchange Admin Center. We looked at how to do that. We looked at which license would enable us to be able to do that, and which license would not enable us to do that. We said that the Microsoft Exchange Online Plan 1 would not be able to use the archive feature on it. However, on Plan 2, you can use the archiving feature, or if you have the Exchange Online archive license, you can actually do the archiving. So we've said that. So we also looked at how to use the MRM to set up retention policies, which will determine the retention policies will determine the actions that is being carried out on the mailboxes. Even after setting up archive is not enough, but those policies needs to be set up so that the archiving or deletion or whichever one can be able to take place effectively. All right, so we looked at that, and we're also able to see how we can set up auto expanding archive to make sure that the archive that we have enabled doesn't get full quickly until it gets to 1.5 terabytes. And you'll agree with me that 1.5 terabytes is quite a lot of information. So questions, I don't understand, I went too fast. Questions, and more questions. Do we have questions? We have arrived at the end of our class for today.
Not a question though, but I think it's on me. I'll have to go back to the former classes to catch up on how to simulate this on my own end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I was to advise, the best way to not forget Microsoft 365 is to try to do it. Doing is the best way not to forget, right? I guess Tolu and Lovina that we're actively doing today's own. Even if they forget, it will be easier to remember because you will be like, oh, I did this, I did that. And, it's quite difficult to forget actions that you take. It's easier to just sit for an hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours and not remember what was done if you are only listening. But if you are actively taking actions, it will be very difficult.
I understand.
Okay, so more questions, more suggestions, more room for encouragement. Just try. It might not be very easy with our busy schedule and all. Just give it 30 minutes, give it 20 minutes. It's better than not looking at it at all. Just, glance at it whenever you can and as frequent as possible. So more questions, more questions.
Thank you, Mr. Victor. So
I
also go through the last class because last week I was so busy. So I will have to go through to see what we've done at the past. I
Okay.
will go. Yes. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. You're welcome. So, in the absence of more questions, you can always ask your questions on the Teams group. I'm sorry, on the WhatsApp group chat. You have questions you want to explain, you have difficulties, please drop it on the group chat and we'll respond as quickly as possible. Okay, so thank you all for joining. I understand the class might not be as long, or it might be too long, it might be too short, whichever one it is for you. Please try to just make out 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, whichever one is possible for you, and go through what's done. It will really help a whole lot. All right, so thank you all and see you in our next class tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Victor.
All right, do have a great evening.
I need to.